All right, dentists, let me ask you something. If a potential new patient or even one of your existing patients were asked to describe your practice in just 3 words, what would they say? More importantly, would those 3 words be the ones you'd choose? The truth is, your dental practice has a brand right now, whether you spent a single minute thinking about it or not. A perception of your practice exists out there. The question is, are you intentionally shaping that perception, or is it being defined for you by default? And if it's the latter, that default brand might be silently undermining your efforts to attract the patients that you want, to command the fees you deserve, and to build the fulfilling practice that you dream of. Today, we're diving deep into the concept of your dental practice brand. We're going past logos and color schemes to uncover what a brand truly is and why taking conscious control of it is absolutely critical. My goal for you by the end of this video is to understand how to strategically craft every single patient experience, every touch point, to build a powerful, authentic brand, one that not only draws in your ideal patients, but also cultivates loyalty, builds rock-solid value, and ultimately helps you make more money and genuinely enjoy your profession more. So let's be clear, when we talk about your practice brand, we're talking about the entire ecosystem of perceptions and experiences associated with your name and your office. It's your practice's reputation, its personality. It's the unspoken promise you make to every patient who walks through your door, calls your phone, or visits your website. It's the gut feeling people have about you. And here's the kicker, the part that I really want you to internalize. If you are not proactively, meticulously, and intentionally designing the brand, then it's being assembled piecemeal by every little interaction, every observation, every good, bad, or indifferent experience. Your team's phone etiquette, the cleanliness of your restroom, the way you explain a treatment plan, the efficiency of your checkout, these all contribute. And if these elements are inconsistent or not aligned with the central vision, you end up with a muddled brand, or worse, a negative one that actively repels the people you want to serve. Think about it, this is your practice. Is it perceived as the high-tech, advanced restorative center, or is it the cozy, family-focused neighborhood dentist where anxiety melts away? Or maybe the ultra-efficient clinic for busy professionals? If you don't know, or if the answer is a little bit of everything and nothing in particular, then you have work to do, because lack of clarity in your brand translates directly to a lack of clarity in the minds of potential patients. They won't understand your unique value, and they'll default to comparing you on the one thing they can easily compare, which is price. This is not a game we want to play. So why is dedicating serious thought and effort to intentionally crafting your brand so critical for your success? First, a well-defined brand acts like a powerful magnet for your ideal patients. If you dream of focusing on complex cosmetic cases, your brand needs to project sophistication, artistry, and an incredible patient experience. If your passion lies in serving families and young children, your brand must communicate warmth, gentleness, trustworthiness, and a welcoming environment for all ages. A generic brand attracts generic patients, often those who are looking for the cheapest option, not the best fit for their needs or your skills. Second, a strong, consistently delivered brand builds immense perceived value, which directly supports your fee structure. When patients feel they are receiving exceptional care, tailored attention, and a superior overall experience that aligns with what your brand promises, they understand the value extends far beyond the clinical procedure itself. They're less likely to push back on fees because they see and feel the difference. Your brand elevates you from just being another provider commodity. Third, a positive brand experience cultivates deep patient loyalty and generates powerful word-of-mouth referrals. When patients consistently have experiences that meet or exceed their expectations, experiences that resonate with your brand promise, they become more than just patients. They become advocates. They stick with you, even if a new, cheaper clinic opens down the street, and they enthusiastically tell their friends and family about you. Fourth, a clear and compelling brand identity gives your team a shared sense of purpose and direction. When your team understands what your practice stands for, who you aim to serve, and the level of experience you are committed to providing, they become engaged brand ambassadors. They know how their individual role contributes to the bigger picture, which improves teamwork, reduces turnover, and it elevates the overall experience. And finally, from a purely personal standpoint, when your practice is attracting the type of patients you truly enjoy working with, when you're performing the kind of dentistry that lights you up, and when you're consistently acknowledged for the unique, valuable experience you provide, Your professional life becomes way more fun, fulfilling, and rewarding. Your brand helps shape your daily reality into something that you can be truly proud of and excited about. So let's look at the key touch points, the moments of truth where your brand is being communicated, whether you realize it or not. These are all opportunities for you to intentionally shape perception. Consider the very first encounter. This could be your website. Is it modern, user-friendly, and does it clearly articulate what makes your practice special? Or is it dated and confusing? What about your online reviews? They tell a powerful story. And the phone call, often the first human contact. Is your team member warm, helpful, professional, and making a great first impression? Or do they sound rushed and indifferent? Even the external appearance of your practice building contributes to the brand image before anyone steps inside. Then the in-office experience itself, the waiting area. Is it comfortable, calming, and reflective of the quality that you provide? Or is it an afterthought? How does your entire team interact with patients? Are they empathetic, attentive, and genuinely welcoming? Do they use patients' names? What about your clinical spaces? Are they impeccably clean, modern? And does the technology you use inspire confidence? Your own communication style is a huge brand component. Are you clear, patient, and reassuring? Do you truly listen? Is there consistency in the level of care and service across all team members? How is pain and anxiety managed? Is patient comfort a cornerstone of your brand? And finally, the checkout process. Is it smooth, transparent, and respectful? And it doesn't end when the patient leaves. Post-op follow-ups are key. A personal call after a significant procedure can leave a lasting positive impression. Your recall system, your newsletters, any ongoing communication, these are all chances to reinforce your brand message and show that you care. So how do you begin to intentionally craft or refine your practice's brand? Well, here's how. Step 1, define your core identity and values. You need to get crystal clear on this. Who are you as a practice? What do you fundamentally stand for? What is your unique selling proposition? What makes you different and better for a specific type of patient? Is your core built around cutting-edge technology, or unparalleled compassionate care, or ultimate convenience? Involve your key team members in this. What do they believe your practice truly represents? This clarity is the bedrock of your brand. And then step 2, identify your ideal patient. You cannot be all things to all people effectively. Who is the patient you're trying to really serve and to reach? Develop an ideal patient avatar. What are their demographics, their needs, their desires, their anxieties, their expectations for a dental practice? When you intimately understand who you're talking to, you can tailor your brand message and every experience to resonate deeply with them. Step 3, audit your current brand touchpoints. Now, take an honest look at all of these touchpoints that we've discussed. Your website, your phone system, your office environment, your team, everything. How do they currently align or misalign with the core identity and patient experience that you've defined? Consider having a trusted friend or a professional service like a secret shopper look at your practice. Call your own office as if you were a new patient. What's that experience like? Be ready for some potentially uncomfortable truths. Now we have step 4. Design the desired patient experience. With your brand identity and ideal patient in mind, carefully map out what the perfect patient journey should look, feel, and sound like in every single interaction point. What specific actions, phrases, or cues and service standards will bring your desired brand to life? If your brand emphasizes gentle, anxiety-free dentistry, what does that specifically mean for your waiting room ambiance, your injection technique, the language that your team uses, and the comfort items that you might offer? Get very detailed. Then step 5, align and empower your team. Your team members are the primary delivery system for your brand promise. They must understand your brand vision, believe in its value, and be thoroughly trained and empowered to execute it consistently with enthusiasm. Share your brand identity with them. Explain the why behind your standards. Provide clear protocols and ongoing training. Recognize and reward them when they embody the brand. They are your most valuable brand champions. And then the 6th step is communicating your brand consistently. All your external communications, your website, social media, brochures, newsletters, or even your recall messages must consistently reflect your defined brand in both their messaging and the visual presentation. Inconsistency creates confusion and erodes the trust you're trying to build. And step 7 is monitor, measure, and refine. Building a brand is not a set it and forget it activity. You need to constantly solicit patient feedback through surveys, casual conversations, and by closely monitoring your online reviews. Pay attention to what people are saying. Be agile and willing to adapt and refine your brand strategy as your practice evolves, as market conditions change, and as patient expectations shift. The goal here is not to create some artificial or fake persona. Authenticity is absolutely critical. Your brand must be a genuine reflection of your core values, your clinical philosophy, and the true experience you provide. But achieving that genuine reflection consistently and effectively requires consistent effort and incredible attention to detail and an unwavering commitment to delivering on your brand promise every single day with every single patient. If you neglect to consciously define and cultivate your brand, one will emerge on its own. And that default brand might be the very thing holding your practice back from reaching its true, full potential in terms of a patient attraction, profitability, and your own satisfaction. By taking intentional control, by thoughtfully designing every touch point, you can build a brand that powerfully communicates your excellence. It attracts your ideal patients and creates the foundation for a truly thriving, enjoyable, and rewarding practice. So I encourage you, starting today, to look at your practice brand through that lens. What story is it currently telling, and what story do you want it to tell? If this discussion on intentionally crafting your dental practice brand has given you some food for thought, and you're eager for more strategies to build a better, more profitable, and fulfilling practice, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're dedicated to helping you succeed. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one aspect of your practice's brand that you are particularly proud of? Or after hearing this, what is one specific touch point that you plan to intentionally improve to better reflect the brand that you want to create? Drop a comment below. Your insights and experiences benefit our entire community of dentists. So take what you learned today about intentionally crafting your dental practice brand and put it into action. Let's keep working together to make dentistry fun, fulfilling, and rewarding. And subscribe so you don't miss the next strategy, and I'll see you soon.